Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the anatomy of a modern air campaign. We're looking at a hypothetical, but, chillingly plausible, large-scale military operation. We're going to dive into the really intricate strategy and the cutting-edge tech that would make it all happen. So the operation we're looking at here is just vast, and it doesn't kick off with some single huge bang. No, it begins with this quiet, almost sneaky, but totally overwhelming wave of force coming from the sea and the air at the same time. It's all designed to create instant and maximum confusion.
Now, this first phase, it's not about brute force at all. It's actually about a really clever economic and electronic strategy. The whole idea is to trick Iran's air defenses into basically disarming themselves.
Okay, so at 10 past 7 in the morning, local time, Tomahawk cruise missiles launch. Now, these are patient weapons, right? They fly low for a good 40 minutes to get to their targets on the coast. But the first thing to arrive is a swarm of super cheap drones, sent in specifically to bait Iranian defenders into making a critical and very, very costly mistake. And here is the absolute key to this whole gambit, the cost. I mean, look at that. These decoy drones are incredibly cheap, $35,000 each. That is less than a new pickup truck. And this just brilliantly shows you the strategic imbalance we're talking about. For every single one of those cheap decoys, Iran is potentially spending over $1 million on an interceptor missile. They're spending a fortune to shoot down what is, essentially, a lawnmower with wings. So this is the crucial concept right here. Forcing your enemy to go broke just defending itself. And it's a double whammy, because every single time Iran fires, it's not only wasting a precious, expensive missile, but its radar is also broadcasting its exact location to hostile aircraft that are just listening silently across the border. Okay, let's move into the second phase and see how all this builds into a lightning-fast strike right on the capital, designed for nothing less than total strategic paralysis. This timeline, it shows just an overwhelming, multi-layered attack. While those Tomahawks took almost an hour, these supersonic missiles, they cover the distance in just a few minutes. That tiny, tiny window makes it basically impossible for defenders to detect, track, get authorization, and fire. By the time any alarms are sounding, the first missiles have already hit. And the targets, they're absolutely not random. They're meticulously chosen to dismantle the leadership's ability to command and control its military, its nuclear programs. You're effectively decapitating the entire chain of command. The goal here is pure strategic paralysis. It's not just about blowing up buildings. It's about making it literally impossible for commanders on the ground to get orders or to organize any kind of coordinated response to what's happening. So while Tehran is getting hammered from the air, a completely separate but simultaneous operation is unfolding along the coast, and this one is all about controlling the critical Strait of Hormuz. Hey, remember those patient Tomahawks from the beginning? Well, after their 40-minute low-altitude flight, they all arrive at once, hitting command posts, fuel depots, and all sorts of naval infrastructure along the entire length of Iran's southern coast. These strikes are designed to systematically dismantle Iran's ability to threaten global shipping. You take out their small, fast attack boats, you take out their submarine capabilities. The whole point is to make sure the Strait of Hormuz stays wide open. All right, so with coastal and command targets heavily damaged, the focus of the whole operation now shifts. It's time to gain total air and information superiority across the entire country. So seeing this second wave of jets heading for Tehran, Iran's best and most protected air defense system is baited into revealing itself. The battery commander, he makes the fateful decision to switch from his search radar to his fire control radar. And that right there, that's the trap. The second he switches to that fire control radar, the battery paints a giant target on itself. It is immediately jammed, and a high-speed anti-radiation missile, which was already in the air just waiting for this exact moment, destroys it in less than 90 seconds. This single kill, as the source material puts it, rewrites the rest of the day. Taking out Iran's most capable defense system clears a path for the most advanced, most stealthy aircraft to push deep into the country and really get to work. Think of it like this. You've got a team. The F-35, that's your quarterback. It sees the whole field, it can call the plays, and it strikes key targets. The F-22, though, it acts like a ghost. It uses its incredible stealth to fly completely undetected. Not to shoot, but to listen, cataloging every single hidden threat and feeding that intelligence back to the strikers.
Now we get to the final, and maybe the most difficult phase of the entire operation, a really high-stakes hunt for Iran's most dangerous offensive weapons, its mobile ballistic missiles.
This analogy just perfectly captures the immense challenge here. I mean, these mobile ballistic missile launchers, they're designed to hide in this vast, rugged terrain, and they move every 20 to 30 minutes. It makes them incredibly hard to find and destroy. So, the Iranian missile crews are in this desperate race against the clock. They have less than 30 minutes to get this entire sequence done. It's this deadly game of cat and mouse played out in the mountain valleys. And because the skies are now clear of any major threats, a massive final wave of strikes can be unleashed. With air superiority totally established, you can have over 60 jets fanning out to destroy what's left. And that includes Iran's huge stockpiles of ballistic missiles and those one-way attack drones just sitting in their depots. So, in just a few hours, the campaign has achieved its primary military goals. According to this hypothetical scenario, it has just significantly degraded Iran's capacity to wage any kind of conventional war or threaten its neighbors. But even though the military operation is shown as this decisive success, there's this little detail about the hacking of a prayer app to display the message "help has arrived," and it hints at a much, much more complex future. The physical strikes might be over, but another kind of war could be just beginning. And that leaves us with a pretty critical question, doesn't it?